Hello class, this is Scott Caruso with take 3 of my week 2 reflection video for technical writing 1305. The first 2 of these have gone well over 4 minutes, so I've been well over the time limit. So we're going to try to go through it way faster this time. First and foremost, what I discovered during the brainstorming research process during week 1 that I wanted to share with y'all. I was building or researching the idea for a children's application, and it's really shocking to see the amount of stigma there is still attached to gaming in general, and then letting children use tablets and smartphones. There's a lot of parents out there who are still really hesitant to allow their children, even with educational pursuits, to use these kinds of devices. They feel, the whole rotting of the brain kind of philosophy, or the I don't want other parents to see that I'm allowing my children to do this. And I think that's interesting. And if anyone else ever has designs on creating a children's application, I think it's important to keep that in mind. I can point you to some of the research that I found. That research that I was doing, by the way, was also the biggest problem I encountered during either of the first 2 weeks. Primarily trying to make sure that I did the research properly and thoroughly and get it nailed down in such a short amount of time. We had the 1 week to do the work, and really it was condensed into a small amount of time from doing our own primary research. Trying to get that secondary research done in the amount of time I had. We launched a new product at work last week. Was really difficult for me, but I feel like I pulled it off. It was just there's a lot of work that goes into properly doing research, and that was the biggest problem that I ran into. Jumping ahead to week 2 and thinking about crowdfunding a little bit, I don't think that's something that I would ever want to try to do myself, only because I have some major philosophical problems with the whole crowdfunding concept. I think, if you're somebody like Tim Schafer with his Double Fine thing, or Zach Braff trying to fund the follow-up to Garden State, you're somebody who has a tangible thing that you've done that you can show people and say, hey, here's what I can deliver, give me money to deliver something like this. Most of the people on Kickstarter and myself or Indiegogo or whatever, who would be like me, going in there saying, well, I've never really delivered anything like this before, but throw me a bone, give me some money. I don't know that I'd feel comfortable doing that. Having people just try to invest in an idea. I think it's because I'm much more quantitative rather than qualitative, and I want to see some tangible evidence that someone can actually deliver something. On the flip side, talking to an investor or CEO, I don't think I would have any problem with. I mean, somebody whose job it is to greenlight projects or to provide money for projects, that's a completely different ballgame. And I've talked to folks like Peter Moore when I was at EA, or various executive producers and vice presidents and things like that. So, relating to that mindset and tailoring a message to that group is something I'm familiar with, I'm comfortable with, and I have no problem doing. So I think that's the route that I would be much more comfortable going. So this was my very fast week 2 reflection video to try to hit all the talking points. Hope everyone else had a great week 2 as well, and I will talk to you again for week 3.